Today I'm making a few more dimensional items for the quilt and sewing the quilt top together for the Main Street Celebration bench pillow. I have all of my blocks laid out and I will just put these together, right sides together, and sew a 1/4 inch seam. Then I decided that I will also make the dimensional flag and bunting as well as the little 3D quilt. The bunting will hang on the general store across the top, and the little quilt will hang on this tree, and it will actually have twine that goes all the way to this next block, which is a little house block. So to make these items, there are a few things that come in the embellishment kit. Now, the printed fabric has many choices to choose from. It has a couple of different buntings, several different flags, and then the little quilt. I am just going to do what the sample has, and that is this top bunting, and I'm in the US, so the American flag. And these two pieces will be backed with the white glitter. Now I'm just using scraps. I haven't used the glitter that actually came in my kit. So I will cut these out loosely, not right along the outline. I need a little bit of extra room. Then I will press to my heat transfer vinyl and then cut around. Now for the quilt, it needs the flexi foam. Again, I'm using a scrap piece. I will cut the size I need. I have the backing, and then this will be put together, right size together, with a opening so that you can turn this quilt inside out and finish that off for a cute little dimensional quilt. The first thing I'm going to do is put all of these together, and then we can start working on the dimensional items. I've stitched the blocks together and they look so good. I'm so excited about this. And for the seams in the back, I just pressed them one way, just whatever way they seem to lay better. Some are going in one direction, some are going in an opposite direction. The little border that will go above and below doesn't have any seams, and so it doesn't matter how those are pressed. You could press them open if you wanted. So now I'm ready to do these little 3D pieces, and for this little quilt, it needs to be cut right on the edge. This does have the seam allowance built in. So what I'll do is finish cutting around that. I'll trim this up to fit, and then I will sew with right sides together and leave an opening at the bottom. And then for these, they need to be cut not right on the edge at this point. So I'm just going to cut a little bit extra on that one. And on that, and then I'm going to press these to the glitter. I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece out that matches the size, and then I can press that. I will use a pressing sheet, and this one does not have that clear carrier sheet on top. Now that I've pressed the glitter on the back, I am just going to trim right on the lines. With this little quilt, I had pinned this and was going to go sew around it, but the directions say if you're going to quilt this little piece to make it look like a little quilt, to go do that now, of course. So I am going to go, and I think I'm just going to stitch around the square in the center. All right, let me go finish that. I've stitched just around this square, and you can see it better on the back. And now I am ready to sew this top on. I'll sew 1/4 of an inch, leaving a gap. I'm just going to go, since this is so tiny and I've got flexi foam, I'm just going to round the corner by a couple of stitches, and of course back stitch when I start and end, so that I have the widest piece that I can to be able to turn this inside out. So I've sewn around and I've left an opening, and I think before I turn it, other than trimming the corners so that it gets a little bit better result when I try to poke those corners out, I'm going to go ahead and trim a little bit of this flexi foam off. So I have it turned under and pressed, and I am going to use a little bit of this Heat and Bond Ultra. I've cut just a tiny little piece, and I'm going to, it's a double-sided, so I'll slip it in, I'll iron it, then I'll peel the paper backing off and iron it to the other side. And then what I think I'm going to go do is I am going to go stitch along this square. Even though the direction says to do any quilting, and maybe they meant if you're going to do, quilting like in this actual little quill, if you wanted to stitch between some blocks, I'm not going to worry about that. But I don't feel like you can even see that there's, any difference. So I think if I go stitch it now again with the backing and everything on, that it might make a little bit more pronounced between the border and the little quilt. I'm going to try it. It may not make a difference. It, may not really matter, but that's cute. So I have my opening, and I am going to take this little one, and I cut it thin, one, because I don't really need it thick, and two, because you wouldn't want to sew over this, and so if I tuck this in, I should be able to still sew right along that line and not have not have it mess up my needle. So I'm going to put the adhesive side up. It's rough, and I have the paper side down. I think I'm going to adhere it to this top piece. So it did take me quite a long time to iron that, probably 40 seconds or a minute, and then it worked fine. And then you can see I stitched again around the square. Now it may not look different in person. It looks you know, a little bit more dimensional, like there's a border. Anyways, so I'm glad that I did stitch that. All right, so we're done with these 3 little pieces. Of course, they need to be put on the quilt when it's done, but we're done with the next step, and now it's time to move on to borders.